Fellas, you know Degree Cool Rush deodorant, right? Well, last year they changed the formula, and guys were mad about it. One dude even started a petition. So guess what? Degree heard us, admitted they messed up, and brought the original Cool Rush scent back exactly how it was. And it's in Walmart, Target, and other stores now for under $4. So grab some and remember why its cool, crisp, and fresh scent made it the #1 men's antiperspirant for the last decade. Degree Cool Rush is back, and it smells like victory for all of us.
We're shipping Mother's Day gifts with a rapid-fire round of questions. Ready?
Yes, my gift. Can you pack it?
Yep.
Ship it?
Yes.
Guarantee it?
Of course.
Oh, send gift baskets?
For sure.
Protect electronics? Dog-proof it? Return it if they hate it?
Yes, no, and yeah.
Are you the UPS store?
Hey, we have a winner!
Visit theupsstore.com/guarantee for full details. Most locations are independently owned. Product services, prices, and hours of operation may vary. See Center for details. The UPS Store. Visit a store today.
It's time to rewrite the vacation rules. With Royal Caribbean, your family can look forward to just about anything. Break the thrill barrier, roaring down the tallest water slide in North America. Jump into breathtaking jungles and jaw-dropping coves. Vibe off the charts on our private island Perfect Day at Coco Cay. And end the day knowing things are just getting started. Because this isn't just any vacation. This is all the vacations. Come seek the Royal Caribbean. Ships Registry, Bahamas.
Your snacking routine can get a little dull. Time for a light and fit remix. Like a crunchy storm of graham cookies, caramel pearls, and dark chocolate, showering down into a smooth, creamy yogurt. Enjoy 3 light and fit remix varieties with craveable flavors and up to 120 calories and 10 grams of protein per 4.5-ounce serving. See remixyogurt.com.
Drink it in, man. Loyal, diehard, Detroit Koolaid drinkers. It's your boy Okri coming at you. I got very, very limited time, so no gimmicks, no drops, no nothing. But I need to talk about day 3 of the NFL draft and get you a Detroit Koolaid packet for your Monday morning. The plan is to do the Detroit Koolaid Cast flagship, which will drop Wednesday morning for you. We'll do the whole draft review, thoughts, takes, gimmicks, drops, things like that with @Chops in the D. Choppy Chop will be there for that episode. We'll get you a Friday. Who knows what might happen there. We may release our unedited, 8 hours of draft live recording content, or we may give you a mix. I'm not sure what we're going to do now, but like I said, I got real limited time, but I'm trying to get you this little bit of day 3 NFL draft Lions recap, give you my thoughts, my picks, the Lions picks, things like that. So let's get right into it. Don't want to mess around. I'm looking at this. I mean, the Lions only had picks in the 6th, 7th round. Next thing you know, Brad, always out for business Holmes, trades up, is able to obtain a 5th round pick, goes up to 171, and gets Miles Frazier, the offensive guard, 6'5", 320 plus pounder from LSU. Now, this wasn't a guy that I did in any mocks or that I had my eyes on, but it was a player that was somewhat highly touted for that point in the draft. I know Daniel Jeremiah said he was surprised that he was still there. He thought he had starter capabilities, things like that. My question both then and now is I remember the former regime taking a lot of interior guards and people being excited because they're safe and it's trenches and it's this, that, and it's just a over appropriation of resources to that interior offensive line where I think you can get those other ways. But since it is in the 5th round and he had some high upside, I wasn't opposed. A lot of people love this pick. They think, man, we got a steal. My other question with this pick, going back and sort of looking into it a bit, is it seems like both him and Tate Ratledge are both right guards. But Okray, they can play both sides. They'll coach him up. Hank Fraley is the man. All that's true. They will. They'll cross-train them. Hank Fraley's incredible. I have no doubt. But the only doubt I have is that I think it's not as easy to flip playing left, playing right for all players. Some guys can do it really well. Other guys, it's like, hey man, I've been playing for 4+ years on the right side. I know the footwork, I know my hand placement, and then you just flip me over to the other, and I'm, writing with my left hand rather than my right. It's very awkward, very different. So there's that. Obviously, Penei Sewell did it incredible, but yeah, I don't mind the Miles Frazier pick. And I also want to say, as I go through these real quickly, like, I've both calmed down a bit from day 1 and day 2 where, I didn't want this, I don't understand that. You look at this draft as a whole and you get it. I think the biggest thing I'd say is it's a lot of taking players that they love, that they're going to work out, trust us, we know. And it's like, it seems like most of the no doubt picks are the ones that have worked out. Hutch, JMO, even going deeper in the draft, it felt like Kerbo wasn't a reach. He was a ball hawking safety. Derek Barnes was a good college player. St. Brown, I thought, was a nice value at the spot. So most of the picks I had no question on when they did it or really supported worked out. The few that's been like, oh no, trust us on Broderick Martin, other than his ridiculous size, I was kind of like, I don't get it. And so, it's a lot of projection. It's a lot of hope, and we know we got all the information, which they do, but it's a little bit more of that than I'd like, especially at pick 196 in the 6th round when you take Ahmed.
Vitamin Water was born in New York because New Yorkers wanted more. Like more flavor to go with all the flavor. A refreshing drink after climbing 6 flights of stairs to a walk-up apartment or standing in the subway station in 100-degree heat. Focus when I have an 8-hour shift. And Triple X after I was out all night at a club called Triple X. Drink vitamin water. It's from New York.
Hilton brings you new ways to stay. With experiences that let you capture the glory days. Introducing the Graduate Hotels. Each inspired by local college towns, these stays are always original and never boring. Get in touch with traditions all across the country and enjoy a stay that's a class above the rest. Book at Graduate Hotels with Hilton Honors Points at Hilton.com. It's a win-win. Hilton, for the stay.
Is anyone out there?
Another salesperson enduring the endless search. Exhausting. If you want to get right to the right conversations, you need LinkedIn Sales Navigator. Whether you're looking for new leads or strengthening existing relationships at your top accounts, get right to the right conversations with LinkedIn Sales Navigator. Try LinkedIn Sales Navigator now with a free 60-day trial at linkedin.com/trial. That's linkedin.com/trial.
Terms and conditions apply!
Out here, there's no one way of doing things. No unwritten rules. And no shortage of adventure. Because out here, the only requirement is having fun. Bank of America invites kids 6 to 18 to golf with us. For a limited time, sign them up for a free 1-year membership, giving them access to discounted tee times at thousands of courses. Learn more at bankofamerica.com/golf with us. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America. Restrictions apply. See BofA.com/golf with us for complete details. Copyright 2025 Bank of America Corporation.
Uh-oh, the last cookie.
You can get a new box of cookies in as fast as an hour with Walmart Express Delivery.
Are you my guilty self-conscience?
No, I'm the voice offering you promo code EXPRESS for free delivery on your first order.
Hey, who ate my cookies?
You mean, these cookies?
Order now. Welcome to your Walmart. Promotion valid for first express delivery order. $50 minimum subject to availability. Restrictions apply.
Hassanin. I know I'm not saying that last name properly, but I haven't heard it enough yet to totally get it. Boise State edge, 6'2", almost 270 pounds. All hustle, all heart, all grit. Everything the Lions are about. Great attitude, hustle, just says everything right. I mean, you gotta like almost everything you see, other than hasn't been playing football that long, only player ever drafted from born in Egypt, like things that are just trust us. He's going to be able to overcome his height and his this and his that. And it's like, I really hope this guy works out. I just have trouble because he had nice college production to some degree, but it wasn't a screaming edge rusher that me or many others had on the tip of our tongue. You know, there were guys you could get in the first 4 rounds that were much more both productive and known and more plug and play. This is, again, a little bit more not only of a project, but I want to see him make the roster, you know, do great things, be that not just try-hard player, but are you going to be able to get quarterbacks to the ground? Are you going to be able to dominate offensive tackles and guards with your hustle, with your motor, or are they going to wash you out just because it's not going to work at the NFL level? I'm very curious. As much as I took edge players, when we talked about edge players, everybody in the brother talked about edge, I'm not like set on it. You know, it wasn't a have to. It was pretty embarrassing actually by the Detroit Lions media, who were just continually asking Brad, always over for business Holmes, like, what about edges? When are you gonna get edge? Why do you not value edge? All these things. It was kind of like, man, bro, like, he's gonna get an edge when he feels the right player, the right value, the right pick, the right time, the right person is all going to line up. And I feel like that's what he did with this kid from Boise State. So TBD if you ask me, but we'll see. I hope he plays well. It went down to the 7th round, pick 230, took Dan Jackson, Georgia safety, 6 foot, about 190 pounds, redshirt senior. Our default rankings, he was 420 overall at pick 230 overall in the NFL draft. I mean, obviously I'm not living and dying by those rankings, but instead of, you'd rather see someone picked at 230 in the NFL draft be, I don't know, in the, 90s, 120s, somewhere like that on these default rankings. But Dan Jackson, when you look him up, hard worker, faster than you think, DAWG type mentality, leader, loved by his teammates, hit you in the mouth, play special teams, all those things that are positive. So, I don't mind it. I feel like there were other guys there, which I'll tell you in a moment, that I would have rather had. But I feel like he'll be a not only depth safety, which they needed, but a special teamer, which they usually draft, and most teams draft in the 7th round, and can make the roster just on the part that he will know where to be on defense. He will be hardworking at all times, and it's just a very safe pick, which I'm about, and we'll see how he works out. And then in the 7th round at 244, this was kind of, they could go any direction. What are they going to do? Are they actually, a lot of times I was actually waiting to put out the live Oakley picks until I saw the pick is in on the screen, because a few times I felt like, man, maybe they'll just trade out, or maybe there's nobody they love at these spots. But no, at 244 they did select, and this one's very intriguing for me. Dominic Lovett, wide receiver, Georgia as well. A little bit of a smaller guy, only 5'10", 180, but this guy, I want to say he played at Georgia Tech, then transferred to Georgia. He highly, rated, I believe, coming out of high school, like had a lot of pub. Never seemed to totally come together, but when you watch his highlights, you see a lot of great catches, a lot of bubbles, a lot of getting up the field, things that you like. Special teams gunner as well. On our default, you're picking him at 244. He was 276, so that's a lot more in line with where he was thought to go. And you think, why do the Lions need 2 receivers in this draft? I just feel like that's covering you both for the future. You think both guys can maybe develop with your coaching staff and in your type of team. That's all a wait and see type of thing. You'd hate to have Lovett, wash out and not be able to make the roster, not be able to do some nice things, or even be a plus practice squad type player for you.
Llévate más de lo que esperas todos los días con el nuevo McValue en McDonald's. Ahora puedes comprar uno y sumarle otro por $1. Así que cuando tu equipo favorito enfrente a sus rivales, enfrenta a tus antojos con $5 Meal Deals. Y si estás corriendo para alcanzar el desayuno, corre al app para llevarte ofertas antes del cutoff. Tú decides, y con McValue, tu decisión siempre rinde más. Precios y participación pueden variar. BOGO $1 válido para un producto de igual o menor valor. Debe estar registrado en Rewards para ofertas en el app.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile with a message for everyone paying big wireless way too much. Please, for the love of everything good in this world, stop. With Mint, you can get premium wireless for just $15 a month. Of course, if you enjoy overpaying, no judgments, but that's weird. Okay, one judgment. Anyway, give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
My cat Freddie loves to be brushed and cuddled. But stirring up his cat allergens meant sneezing and itchy eyes. Then I found Purina One Live Clear. It's cat food that reduced the major allergen and my suffering in as little as 21 days. Now, we feel closer than ever. If you have issues with cat allergens, you really need to try Purina One Live Clear.
Try new Purina One Live Clear today. Purina One, a difference from day one.
Hey, Fidelity. How can I remember to invest every month?
With the Fidelity app, you can choose a schedule and set up recurring investments in stocks and ETFs.
Oh, that sounds easier than I thought.
You got this.
Yeah, I do. Now, where did I put my keys?
You will find them where you left them.
Investing involves risk, including risk of loss. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC, member NYSE, SIPC.
Hey, it's Bill Simmons from the Bill Simmons Podcast. The NBA playoffs are here, and Michelob Ultra is getting you closer to the game than ever with courtside seats and more. Enter now at MichelobUltra.com/courtside. Michelob Ultra Superior Access Courtside 2024 to 2025 sweepstakes. No purchase necessary. Open to U.S. residents 21 or older. Ends on July 1st, 2025. Multiple entry periods. Visit MichelobUltra.com/superior access/courtside for free entry deadlines and official rules. Message and data rates may apply. Void where prohibited.
But you just have to wait and see kind of what he's got. Maybe he'll surprise us. Maybe he could be a nice, depth receiver on the everyday roster and then grow into something more. So that was their draft class. 7 picks overall. In summary, going back to, you look at Tyleik Williams. He's got nice feet. He can move. He explodes on the quarterback. He seems like a good kid. Great teammate. Him and Aleem could be a fun combo for years to come. Big bodies that move people and can move are always of value, especially with this regime. So I get it. 57 Tate Ratledge to me was not who I wanted at the time, and 57 overall to me is a very premier resource, but I feel like Tate Ratledge is smart, mean, nasty, looks like an offensive lineman, seems like a fun personality. Also, he's tough, he does the right thing, he seems to be very solid and plays the right side. So does Frazier. I'd like to see where they end up, but now you have Mahogany, Ratledge, Frazier. Could that be the interior? Could those guys figure out right guard, left guard, and then could Ratledge even play center when Frank moves on? If so, and if they all develop properly, that would be a really nice forward-thinking move by Brad Holmes and Dan freaking Campbell. I'll talk more about this with Chops, but to me, Isaac Tesla is the wild card. He's the linchpin. He's the wait and see. He's, for me, will probably make or break this draft, and it comes down to I just don't see the production. He's 6'3", 210 plus. But it didn't seem like it on tape. I wasn't wowed by his size or speed. I saw him make a few plays. Nothing that looked like he has his dominant traits at the next level. He has a great story. I love it that he wore a Lions jersey to his interview and he said this is his team, and he's obviously going to work so damn hard for them based on that alone. But can he be a receiver at the NFL level? Can this guy separate? Is he going to be able to be productive just based on how they use him? He barely even had any production at Arkansas. So I think he's going to be a very fun story and be like the talk of like preseason. Like, is he going to show out and do some cool things, or are we not going to notice this guy and wonder why we had to take him, not only take him at 70, but trade multiple assets, had to go get him? Did anybody else want him, especially at that point? If you take this guy in the 5th or 6th round as your sleeper steal, I'm all about it. Great, fine, fun watch. You take him in the 3rd at 70, he damn sure better produce, work out, be good, he's basically got to be like a 3-4 receiver. He can't be 5-6 on the depth chart. He can't be non-active on game days. Don't tell me you're going to grow up your 3rd round pick on the practice squad. So it's a big question mark for me, but if he's good, I'm pretty sure Ratledge and Williams are going to be more than solid. Frazier has a lot of upside and starting potential. The kid from Boise State could really surprise us, or he could be Akika Lama Francis Part 2. I hope not. Dan Jackson is a guy that is going to just give you all he's got. Will it be enough? I think he can stick and be somewhat productive and help us be a pleasant surprise in the National Football League. And then Lovett is a little bit of boom bust, but some talent there. Where will he fall, not only on the depth chart but for the future, is a interesting question mark. Now, very quickly, on last 5 minutes or so here that I've got available, I'll go to my live picks that me and Chops made. So you guys heard, Will Johnson for me at 28, Mike Green at 57, Landon Jackson, the edge from Arkansas, at 70. At 171, I went ahead and took...
At the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event, get deals so right, it almost feels wrong. Now's the best time to get that Hyundai you've always wanted. Plus, every new Hyundai comes with America's best warranty and 3 years or 36,000 miles of limited complimentary maintenance. Don't think you can get away with all that? Think again. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today. It's a great day for a new Hyundai.
Spring is here, and you can now get almost anything you need for your sunny days delivered with Uber Eats. What do we mean by almost? Well, you can't get a well-groomed lawn delivered, but you can get a chicken parmesan delivered. A cabana? That's a no. But a banana? That's a yes. A nice tan? Sorry, nope. But a box fan? Happily, yes. A day of sunshine? No. A box of fine wines? Yes. Uber Eats can definitely get you that. Get almost anything delivered with Uber Eats. Order now. Alcohol in select markets. Product availability may vary by region. See app for details.
Nigel here. Did you know the wise time to relieve allergies is at night? With Xyzal. And who better to explain than a wise owl like me? Your allergies won't take a hint when you're tired and ready for bed. Don't suffer the symptoms that bother your sleep. Take Xyzal 24-hour instead. It starts working fast and works while you sleep, so you finally get much-needed rest. Then all the next day, it's still going strong, so you can feel your best. Be wise, all. Take Xyzal at night. Use as directed. Starts working in 45 minutes.
And now, two pigeons bemoaning the fact you can choose the TV you want with DirecTV.
So now they can pick out their favorite entertainment when they sign up and save money?
You mean if you like sports?
You can get a sports pack.
What about entertainment?
Entertainment pack.
It's like finding an old pizza with your favorite toppings, which for me would be pineapple and toenails.
Pineapple?
Pay for the TV you want, not the TV you don't. Genre pack starting at $34.99 a month. Visit DirecTV.com for more information. New residential customers only. Local channels vary by market. Services renew monthly unless you cancel online. Credit card required. Restrictions apply.
This episode is brought to you by Loom by Atlassian. Are you feeling stuck at work? Get your team unstuck with Loom video messaging and move work forward. Use Loom to simultaneously record both your screen and yourself to share a quick update, provide feedback, train a colleague, and everything in between. Plus, add Loom AI to your meetings for instant written notes and recordings. Try Loom today at Loom.com. That's LOOM.com.
They took Frazier. I went ahead and took Tez Johnson, my boy, the wide receiver from Oregon. Yes, 5'9", not even 160 pounds, but elite. Hold on. Elite separator, get the football dynamic. Yes, I understand he didn't go, I think, until the late 7th, but I liked that value in the 5th. With the 6th round pick at 196, I went ahead and took Cameron Williams, offensive tackle from Texas. This was much more of a value. Hey, he seems way too highly rated to still be there. I read up a little bit. It was like, hey, might need a little bit of seasoning, but he could turn into a really nice right tackle, could move Penne over to left. I understand they have Manu. I understand they just signed Taylor Decker. But he was ranked 58 on our default rankings, and I was able to get him at 196. I like that value. And I'm also trying to do what I told you guys. Early on, I want to take corners, edges, dynamic offensive players, and then I want to wait later and get interior defensive linemen, offensive linemen, other positions that I feel are easier to get. So I'm working my strategy the way that I do. At 228 in the 7th, I got my guy who I took in a lot of mock drafts, Joshua Gray. Offensive tackle, interior guard, also some center capabilities from what I understand. I read up on him, just captain, great character, does everything right. Like, this is not a slam dunk, he's going to be an instant all-pro by any means, but it's hey, he can do a lot of things on the offensive line, and he had great character. I felt it was a nice pick at 228. At 244, I went ahead and took Nazir Stackhouse, D lineman, more of a one-tech, 320 pounds. Basically, my Tyleik Williams, only I took him at 244 instead of 28. I think the Lions have brought him in for interviews and visits as well, which you guys know. If they bring you in for a visit, if you got a top RAS score, if you're a good football player and you play at a big school, Stackhouse from Georgia, they have a propensity or are often going to consider and even maybe draft you. They did not. I'm very happy with that Oakley 2025 draft class. You go over to the 2025 draft class for @Chops and the Chop Lions picks. He took Mike Green at 28. At 57, he took Ravel, the corner. 70, took Prince. You know what his last name is, from Ole Miss. At 171, Chops tipped my cap. He actually took Miles Frazier, interior guard from LSU, before the Lions did. So that's very rare for those to both line up, but tip of the cap to him. We hope that works out for our team, and then he'll brag about it for years to come. At 196, he took my guy, R.J. Mickens, safety from Clemson, who he laughed at when I took him in a mock draft. Then he takes him. At 228, he took Nick Nash, his guy, his boy, wide receiver, San Jose State. Yes, I read up on Nick Nash. He has all types of stats, records, things like that. So that could be a nice pick. I can't remember where he went in the actual draft, but I'm sure Chops will take him in Reality Sports Online rookie drafts, or will tout him for years to come if he does anything other than hand out water bottles or work at the bowling alley. And then you have, I don't know why he took this guy at 244. He went way down the draft board on our default, ranked 349 overall. Junior Tafanu.
This episode is brought to you by Buick. When you have 4 new tires, every drive feels fresh. Right now, buy 3 select tires and get 1 for just $1 during the Buick Certified Service Fresh Start Tire Event. Visit Buick.com/service offers or see dealer for full details. At participating U.S. GM dealers only. Highest or equal value tire will be $1. Offer ends 5/31/2025. Not available with other offers.
Parents of tweens, if you're familiar with far-off drop-offs...
Dad, stop, right here.
Or get DMs about what's for dinner,
You may be experiencing tween milestones. For your son or daughter, these can start at age 9. HPV vaccination, a type of cancer prevention against certain HPV-related cancers, can start then too.
For most, HPV clears on its own. But for those who don't clear the virus, it can cause certain cancers later in life.
Embrace this phase. Help protect them in the next.
Ask their doctor today about HPV vaccination. Brought to you by Merck.
Are we still on the trail? Is this pack getting heavier? More switchbacks? Why am I doing this?
At REI Co-op, we believe there are places within ourselves.
Just a little further. You got this.
That we find only outside.
Wow. Look at the stars. This is incredible.
We have the gear, inspiration, and advice to help you get there. REI Co-op. Visit rei.com.
We off? 30 seconds of carefree bliss. Oof, like winding your hair carefree. Oh, like using Clorox Disinfecting All-Purpose Cleaner in the home carefree. Yes! Like dog slobbing on the coffee table and cleaning it with Clorox Carefree. He's on a roll now. Spit toothpaste on the faucet. You got it. You got it. Peanut butter on the light switch. Oh, spritz, spritz. Spritz, spritz. Clorox, man. Clean feels good. Okay, we're back. Use as directed.
3-tech interior defensive tackle from Utah. So must have been something he saw, read, liked. Never heard any buzz really about that guy. But so that was surprising. Or maybe he was busy coaching hockey or driving around and just threw a dart at a wall. I have no idea. But everybody, that's about a 20-minute Detroit Kool-Aid packet for you on a Monday. Before I leave this one, I just want to say I'm always going to rep the Lions. I'm always going to support Brad Holmes. He knows more than I do. He's the man. His team works their tails off. Don't get it twisted when you hear me and Chops yelling into the microphone, having our disagreements with their picks. It's not that we think we're smarter or better. It's just fun to compare. Hey, we're sitting here on our couch, but we are watching closely, and we do put in some work to this thing. So these are the guys we took. You saw who Brad Holmes took. We're very hopeful that his picks are not only so much better, but that we did not miss on some of these easy picks that the media and fans wanted to go ahead and get project, hope, diamonds in the rough that they know are going to work or hope is going to work that don't. I think they put together a nice draft class of big-bodied humans that can move people and that can keep our strengths, which is the offensive line as a whole and the interior defensive line where we can stop the run and get people inside that can rush so that Hutch and hopefully Za'Darius or other people can rush and get after the quarterback a bit more. And we already got a good amount of corners, linebackers, and safeties that can do some work. So shout out to Brad Holmes and his staff for all the work, all the research they put in. I know we're a bit negative days 1 and 2 to some degree because they weren't guys we had heard about. They weren't guys we liked. We thought they could have done this, but that's being a fan. That's part of the process. We hope we're dead wrong because then our Lions will be rolling and hopefully have a great season and head to the Super Bowl in 2025 and win it. Everybody, that's what I got. We'll catch you on Wednesday for the flagship. I'm out.
Cornbread! Cornbread!